Hey guys, what's going on? It is Arrow, and as you can see, we're playing a game called Path of Exile. And I've played this game before, actually. I've done a Let's Play of it. In fact, this was the game that started my channel as, you know, playing games, basically. So, it is in beta, still in beta, rather. And as all betas do, it has changed quite a bit.
A simple job, I was told.
And
silence a big mouth, get a big pain.
yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I've played the game before. Pretty excited to be playing it again. I haven't been playing another dungeon runner in a while, and this is the only one I'm really interested at the moment. So I'll be doing another Let's Play of this. A lot of stuff has changed, like I mentioned before, and that guy is actually a new character. So we're going to be making one of him. He's actually melee. I mentioned before that melee classes are pretty boring, but a lot of skills have come out since I last played, but I will get to that later. Let's go ahead and make this character. And I don't know what to call him, so I'll call him
silence a big mouth,
Super
get a big payout.
Duper
And no one was going to be the wise.
YouTuber. I don't
Tidy,
know.
except for one loose end.
Names don't really matter. But man, I'm excited to get back to this. Here we go! Sweet. Come on.
Nothing like a brisk dip to start the day.
Indeed.
Now where on God's arse am I?
Okay, so this guy is basically a, I want to say assassin. You'll see what he really is later on, but he uses daggers, he uses short weapons, or rather can, you know, you don't really have to use those, but that's what I'm going to be using. In fact, I'm going to be using these things called, I forgot what they're called, honestly, but they have lifesteal on them, and I'll be looking forward to doing that. You only get the lifesteal, I believe, when you use a physical move. And I actually kind of want to build this guy kind of trappy, like an assassin from Diablo 2. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and talk to the dying Exile. And now he's dead. So let's beat this hungry corpse. And double strike. Beautiful. So I'm going to be going over everything in this game again. Basically, the way skills work is you actually get these gems and socket them into your items. And yes, you can take them out back and forth, so they're not permanently in, which I like quite a bit. And the way the passive skill tree actually works is it is the biggest effing thing you will see in your life. This passive skill tree, you're not going to get anywhere near completing all these. I think you would get maybe 7% of them. No, not even 7%. Probably like 3% by the time you beat the game. But you'll be seeing more of that later on. I have my skills set down here. Oh yeah, skill bar, obviously. I have it set to QWERT just because I've been playing a lot of the Dota 2s lately. And yeah, that's basically it. So let's go ahead and kill a few things just so I can show you a bit of the combat, but then we're going to get to the first town and then go on with the quests. And the game is running really well, by the way. Before, I actually had problems with this game where it would kind of have lag spikes, or would go into this lag spike frenzy of absolute doom, and I would actually have to stop the recording. So that's not the case anymore, awesomely enough. And I'm very glad to see that. I think they fixed that. I actually thought it was my hard drive at the time, but turns out it wasn't. But yes, as you can see, the combat is kind of bare. Keep in mind, though, we are early on. There's not much to show you right now, but there will be later. There's auras, there's traps, there's all sorts of stuff, you'll see. And as this guy is an intelligence and dexterity kind of hybrid, he can use spells if you want him to. Although, I don't know how I'm going to build this character personally. We'll see. I will take recommendations completely. I don't care if it ruins the character. I do know I want to get this guy to level 60, I think it is, just so I can show you guys one of the cool updates they have, which are maps. And there's a map room or something like that in this game where you can actually insert like a map, because a map is an item you find, and you'll be sent. A bunch of portals will open up, and you'll be sent to this map. And they can have all sorts of different stuff. They have different kinds of stats on them. So it could be like monsters have 20% more health or something like that on there. There's actually legendary maps as well as legendary items now. I think they may have had them before, but I never got far enough in to actually find one. But we'll get into that later. There's just so much to talk about. It's like talking about the game again, and man, this game has a lot in it. So here's Hillock. We're supposed to kill him. So we'll do that. And also, bottom left, these are potions. As you can see, I'll use one in a second once mine actually wears off because I don't want to waste it. This, bottom left, these are potions, and, well, you know what potions do, they restore your health, but these don't disappear once you use them. As you can see, it'll turn into an empty flask, but once you kill a certain amount of enemies, it will start refilling. And yeah, so flasks are basically an item you have on, I guess, your belt. I don't really know what to call that, but yes, they're refillable. So you'll get flasks with stats on them. You can get legendary flasks, I think.
It's nice
you can get
not
flasks that
being
do all
dead
sorts
yet.
of stuff. So drop the portal scroll, a ring. It's pretty nice. Well, nice for us anyway. Not as good. Let's go ahead and equip some of our gear. I'm gonna take a look at these. Probably not gonna be able to. Ooh, yes, we can wear them, and those will do just fine. You have 21 extra mana now, which is really good. One problem I have seen with this character is you run out of mana extremely fast. I don't know if that goes for all characters, but if it does, well, we're gonna have to find some way to get around that. I could just put a butt ton into like mana regen or something like that, but I don't know how that's gonna pan out. But here we go. We have a passive skill point. Let's go ahead and put it in somewhere. We could either have 10% increased spell damage or attack speed. And as I am kind of wanting to follow more of the one-handed, you know, slice and dice sort of guy, I am gonna be doing this attack speed. And later on, we'll probably end up putting into here. I have no idea. We'll just have to find out and see, I suppose.
Welcome to our home away from home.
Talk to this chick. I'm going to be playing this game straight through, by the way. I'm not going to be doing any intros or outros besides the one that you saw earlier.
Fine work with Hillock.
So, Hillock, that's actually his name. And the voice acting in this game, by the way, man, it's so good. I love it. Okay, fire trap. I'm going to go ahead and get that. Put it in our helm. And now I will assign that to Q. I'll show you guys that soon. So we have a quest, I believe.
I don't think I need to be doing that right now.
Can't. Oh, I was trying to press Q for quest. I don't really know how to view those actually, so let's go ahead and okay. I have to get a medicine chest. This is actually, interestingly enough, as a second quest, this is actually pretty hard. The guy actually has some damage on him. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat him the first time. If I end up dying, I will most definitely skip the walk back, because walking in this game is such a pain in the ass. That is the only problem I see, and that's really just self-laziness. So, as you can see, our fire traps actually, they explode and do damage, which is 1 to 4 damage, and then, well, fire damage. And then it's 1.7 fire damage per second when this, damn, why did I throw that? Here, we'll be able to show you here. It does this. It'll create a burning ground for a certain amount of time, and if they stand over it, they catch fire again, as you can see, and they, you know, take even more damage. I might just get rid of the fire trap later on, because I don't know if it's going to be, you know, possible to actually get through the game. It's actually a really hard game, believe it or not. But we'll see. I'll try my best to do what I can. I've actually played a bit of this character, and I had a lot of problems just actually getting through stuff. the first guy, the guy we're about to try and go kill, is really hard. I had so much trouble with him, especially since I'm doing fire damage, and I believe he's resistant to that sort of thing. But we'll see, I suppose. But our fire traps definitely do make short work of these dune scavengers. I'm just looking around. By the way, the currency in this game is in the form of items that either upgrade or change gear, or there's scrolls like this. That's something I'll get into a bit later when we actually go to the shop and start buying gear, because the gear in this game you can actually buy from the shop, and it's you can use it, because it's not like, you know, D2 where you'll go to a shop and items will be 20 levels below yours. So yes, you can do that. It's very good, and I will definitely be doing that later, I'm very sure. But yeah, in terms of build, I have no idea what. Oh wow, a rare already. Rares are actually, well, rares are rare. So, that's a nice treat. Unfortunately, it does have a red socket, but I have a feeling just having something will be good. But yeah, these traps are great. If you can kind of circle around and make them follow you, it'll obviously deal more damage while they're sitting in there, and it makes for some good damage. Damage is a good thing in this game. Really in any video game, but you know what I'm saying. And it's probably a good idea to spread out the fire traps as much as you can. Oh good God, I'm gonna die. Just so you can get as much area effect with this fire burnt ground as you can. And I'm totally not doing that just because I'm a special case of smart. I guess you could say. There's actually a, I guess you could say, mini boss up here. It's a unique monster. It's pretty tough, but I actually, oh man, this is a lot of stuff. This is where the traps come in a lot of use, though. They are most definitely AoE, so they come in a lot of use here. And if I can just kill these things on top of this, then we'll have a lot of good damage. Let's get back over to this huge group and try to herd them right here. See, there you go. They all have fire on them. It's doing a bunch of extra. Oh man, that destroyed my trap. The fire chick destroyed my trap. That's not good. I did not know there was a possibility. There's a chest down there. Okay. Yeah, let's actually try to kill this chick. One of the reasons I won't be doing leveling on camera, or on recording, I suppose, is because it can be kind of boring, and it can take a lot of time to actually level sometimes. So yeah, it's definitely something I will do off camera or whatever, just so it's as interesting as it can be for you guys. Let's go ahead and take this chick out. Maybe she'll drop a rare for us, who knows. And in case anyone's wondering, the item rarities go normal, magic, rare, and legendary or unique. It's either one of those. But the uniques in this game are very good, or the legendaries, I don't know what they're called. But yes, they're very good, and I have taken a look at almost all of them, and they have interesting item prefixes, which I really like. That's something they had in Diablo 2 that was amazing, something they didn't have in Diablo 3, which made it kind of boring at times. So it's item prefixes, good thing. You want to have a successful dungeon runner, you just put a crap ton of those in the game, and you will do good, because that is definitely one of the most interesting things about this genre of game, just being able to find an item with weird prefixes, like maybe it drains your health 1 per second, but I don't know, but it gives you a certain percentage to melee damage. I don't know, just anything really. Every combination is interesting, and that's why these games do so well. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go down here, because by level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we can have that, and that is nice. 12% increased attack speed, 20 dexterity. 20 dexterity, that's a lot. I'm actually surprised that's in there. We will definitely be going into here. That's really good. And that as well. My god, they have really improved this. Good lord. I'm excited. The movement speed isn't that good, but it's something we have to go through in order to get there. Let's see, we have a chest, 2 scrolls of wisdom, beautiful. A sloppy jerkin, whatever that is. And we're going to go ahead and equip that. Let's see our damage. You can see right here, 9.7 and 13.2. That's actually pretty good. Damage right now is something that's pretty important. That little of a upgrade is a lot now, so I will I'll be equipping the Iron Ring for now. Later on, maybe the Mana Ring. We'll see. We will see. But also another way the way these work is they actually have a cooldown on them, but it's a cooldown of 3. So basically, the way it works is you have 3. It'll do its little rotation 3 times, and you could put 3 down at once at a maximum, and yeah, you'll be able to use 3. But if you use 3, then it has to do the cooldown for 3 again. Well, it can do the cooldown for 1, then you could use 1, but then it'll do the cooldown, and it'll be 1 again. You can take a look at it if you find that at all interesting. Go ahead and use that. I think this should kill all of them. Luckily enough, the fire actually doesn't hurt you, which is good. So yes. I'm trying to kill all the stuff I can on the way there just because the dude we're gonna have to fight is pretty tough. Like I've mentioned, he's not that easy, and I want to make sure that I don't die on camera. That would be quite embarrassing, I think. So let's try to do as good as we can. And for things like these withered husks, basically the zombies, these traps are perfect. They'll sit in the fire for so long, and it's terrible for them, which is good for us. So, that is a very good thing. Yeah, I like the way our character's coming so far, though. At level 3, it is fun to play. For me, at least. I don't know if it's fun to watch. You guys will have to be the judges of that. Okay, sweet. And the fire traps actually don't use that much mana, so that's also another good thing. Okay. Trying to keep up with commentary in this game. I forgot how tough it was. This was a very bad game to do on the first Let's Play I did because there's not a lot of talk about when you're proceeding through the levels like this, but we'll try to rush as much as I can. I suppose I can make cuts between the videos with me leveling, and I can update you whenever we continue. But yes, level 3, taking on something that is going to be monster level 3, I believe, so... man, I couldn't beat this guy last time. I really couldn't. There's also tougher monsters around here, if you can call those monsters. They look more like enemies, but... they're monsters. Also, the traps reset every time you go in another area, which I don't really like. That means basically you're going to have to do the cooldown every time you enter an area, which kind of sucks, but it's something you can deal with. Also, when you see the screen shake, or see it like almost hit harder, that's critical, I believe. That means I'm getting a crit off, which is good. It does a lot more damage. And more of a critical strike chance is awesome. It's very good. Anything on the ground, small mana flask, we'll take that. Life flask. I believe this can solve for a lot. Let's actually, I'm gonna look at the passives really quick. 30% increased critical strike chance. That would be huge, like up in Diablo 3. It can't be at 100% at all these crits. That would be freaking insane. But if it is, man, man, this is gonna be interesting. Critting all the time, doing a ton of damage. That means the only thing I'd really have to focus on would be crit damage, wouldn't it? Which would be some good stuff. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. Also, there's an energy shield in this game, which I can get into later. I don't think I'm gonna end up using it, but that's the guy, by the way. Those freaking... those stupid ice spears, man. They do so much damage, and they freeze you, and all sorts of shit. It's very bad. And try to get him to just sit in there as long as he can. But so far, we're doing good. His health's actually dropped a bit. But yep, lots of circles. That is one way to play this character. A definite flaw to this character is going to be small spaces, like in caves. I mean, that's gonna be my bane right there, so I'm gonna have to watch out for that. Oh man, taking advantage of AI is wonderful. I love it. Oh god, that's what I mean. Look at that. Oh, it slows you down so much. It's terrible. Oh man, I used a potion on accident. But good god, that lasts forever. Wow, we're actually taking care of this guy pretty well. Oh fuck. Didn't mean to say that, by the way. I'm trying to keep this to a family-friendly environment as much as I can. We can get this guy. I think, am I playing on an easier difficulty? I'm playing on normal, right? I think I am. Man, we kicked that guy's butt! I have never done that good against this guy, not even with a freaking range character. This is gonna be a good series, I've decided. Very good series. Let's go ahead and look at our yummy stuff. Quiver. Don't need that. That's nothing of interest, really. But man, all these freaking rares. This is great. We're getting really lucky. Oh man, that's gonna do a lot of damage. 4% increase global critical strike. I don't know what that is, so I'm not gonna say anything on it, but 14% increased critical strike chance. It's very good. 18 to maximum mana, which is awesome. 14% increased stun duration. That doesn't matter because we don't have that. Accuracy does matter, but not as much as everything else, just because you do miss in this game. You do. But man, we can wear this right now. That is some cool stuff. Let's actually move that over. We can't. Never mind. Let's see this damage increase. Hold on. We go from 13.1 to 20. Man, that is huge for now. Anyway, and that actually makes it go down. Good lord. Let's put you down there, you baddie. Okay, we're actually gonna use that plate vest just because it has a slot we can actually use. We might use this though. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put that on. It does have the chain link, or this link, which I'll go over later. But 7% increase evasion and energy shield, 19 to max life, 8% fire res, 10% light res, 6% increased block and stun recovery. Okay, it's better than ours. It's green, so that's awesome. Man, we're getting lucky. So, and I got one more, yes, here. 13 maximum life, 66 life regen, which isn't as big as you think it is. 10% to cold resistance, 10% movement speed, that's pretty good, and 12% increased block and stun recovery. Okay, sweet. We are, man, all that stuff was good, except for the red circle thingy. Everything was good. Okay, sweet. Let's go ahead and use a portal scroll and go back. I believe we can actually sell some of our stuff and maybe get some goodies. So that'll be good. That'll be real good.
A medicine chest.
Yep, medicine chest. Okay, I'm gonna go with the medium life flask. And as you can see, this is unidentified. This is actually a magical life flask, and like I said, I don't know if you can get rare life flasks, but I think there might be legendary ones. Either way, yeah, magical. It's gonna have some stats on it. This one has 50% reduced amount recovered, which is bad, but 135% increased recovery speed. That's insane. 50% of recovery applied instantly, so it's just gonna, I'll show you what that means. And 21 to all elemental resistances when this flask is in effect. It's over 2.8 seconds, so we're gonna replace that with, I think, a mana flask, just because we haven't been using a lot of those, but we will keep that in our inventory. We also have these, which we can sell, but I believe if you sell 5 of them at once, you can actually get something from it. Let me actually test that theory out. Oh, and hey, we could pick something. Freezing Pulse, not gonna get it. Vapor Strike, meh. Raise Zombie. And if you guys want to look at these, I'm gonna hover over them. Detonate Dead. I was actually thinking of getting this, but just because it's cool. It's Corpse Explosion basically. And Phase Run. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go with Phase Run. We could go with Fire Trap, and yes, that would mean we would have 6 charges on Fire Trap, but only 3 would be able to go up at once. But you can stack them. You can stack 3 and it does a ton of damage. But we're going to go ahead and go with Phase Run just because that's useful for running through. And we actually don't have a spot for it, unfortunately. But that's okay. We'll make room for one with this for now. then we're actually going to trade with this guy. With this guy, I meant. Sell. Okay. Sell that. And this is scroll fragment. 5 of them make scroll of wisdom, which is this thing, which you use to identify identify stuff. So that's good. They'll give you 1 shard for stuff that's bad. I'm giving them bad stuff. So okay, you get alteration shards for trading magic items, it looks like. And that's normal, so yes, I will get a fragment. What will this give me? Oh, it'll complete it. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm sure we'll find another ring through our journeys. Let's accept that. No, I don't want to do that. Let's sell items again. And I'm going to try this out. If you do 1, 2, 3. I guess we could do it with our mana flasks. 4, 5. Okay, never mind. Just gives you that, so cancel. Also another thing, the stash, where is it? Where is it? Stash, where are you? There is a stash, I promise. But I can't find it, interestingly enough. Where the hell did they put it? Is it down here? It's not down there. Oh, man, I feel dumb. I know it's here. I know it's here. Okay, whatever, let's talk to this guy. Mudflats, okay. Clear the fetid pool. We will do that. Once I oh, it's behind all these people. Good lord. Okay, but yeah, you have so many slots in this game. It's wonderful. It is awesome. That's one of the great things about this. I am a hoarder when it comes to items, so that's very useful. We're actually going to take this portal back.